Tonight, our topic is cost-saving technology. Tonight on PM Express, we are talking real estate consumables, introducing you to cost-saving energy and waste management solutions. We will update you on emerging technologies with great implications for consumers of housing-related products. But before that, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana has been meeting since Monday on the state of the economy. We recall the city has been at a record low for months, posing serious business concerns. There have also been issues with the dollarization in the economy. Today, the Bank of Ghana reviewed the policy rate, increasing it to 15%. What are the implications? Will this not put a further strain on the city? And economists will join us shortly. Be part of the show by taking your concerns, suggestions, and opinions to short code 1760 or post them on our Facebook wall. On the phone, we have John Gasti, an economist and a lecturer at University of Cape Coast. Mr. Gasti, are you there with me?
Yes, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Did I pronounce the name well?
And the name is Gatti.
Gasti, thank you. Thank you for that correction. Yes, the MPC increased the policy rate to 15% based on the belief that the upside risk to inflation outweigh the downside risks. How do you see that?
Yeah, I think this is a reflection of how dynamics of the economy has played over the period. You will realize that the MPC basically is concerned about the effect of exchange rate volatility on prices in the country. That is the reason why we have seen a marginal increase in inflation. In order to ensure that economy is more stable, that must reflect in upward adjustment of the policy rate that will guide general interest rates in the country. So I believe what the MPC has done, it is fair. It is with respect to what has happened in the economy so far.
So
if you look at some of the specific issues raised, for example, they talk about the fiscal deficit, and again they talk about revenue collection. They did indicate that revenue collection has gone up somehow, but if you look at that increase seemed to be some automatic increase in revenue mobilization. Mind you that any time that there is a massive increase in the remuneration, wages, and salary of workers across board in the country, there is an automatic increase in the income tax that they pay. And again, if there is exchange rate volatility, that brings about increase in the price of goods and services, then automatically that will cause increase in the payment of indirect taxes. So you realize that some of this increase in revenue mobilization is as a result of the dynamics that we have seen in the macroeconomic indicators. Again, exchange rate volatility will cause will cause increase in import duties, and that import duties will generally increase the international tax collection for the country. So you realize that this increase in tax collection has not been as a result of remarkable reform that has taken place in the revenue collection sector. So that is why the Bank of Ghana was concerned about revenue mobilization. So we want to see the Ghana Revenue Authority putting in place pragmatic efforts. They have started reforms, but that reform is not far-fetched. We have seen that they have changed names of their vehicles, but if you go around the country, you see that some of the offices are still bearing the old names. Many people have gone through some training, but deployment of personnel to undertake the joint effort involved in the reform has not taken place. So we've seen some tasks that have been imposed in the 2012 budget, which have not been collected. Tasks relating to the mining sector have not been collected, they have not been implemented. Tasks with respect to gift tasks, virtually it has not been implemented. So you will realize that it is rather the volatility in the economy that is pushing up some kind of increased mobilization of tax revenue. And again, the single spine salary adjustment and general increase in remuneration, both in private sector and the public sector, is the main reason why we have increase in revenue mobilization. So the Bank of Ghana duly has a cause to raise that alarm.
Okay.
And then again, on the other side, you see that expenditure is going up. The repayment of the past loans, because most of the loans are contracted in foreign currency, with the volatility, especially the deepening depreciation, means that the cost of repayment has also gone up dramatically. So these are the realities within the economy right now.
So if I may ask you, what does that mean, that increase? What does that mean to the economy?
The increase of the policy rate, what it means generally is that if commercial banks are actually taking some money from the Bank of Ghana, then that will form the basis for which they will adjust their interest to their lending rates. But if they are not taking so much money from Bank of Ghana, it means that it will not have significant effect on adjusting their lending rate, because other issues will have to come to play. So that is what it means. But again, since we are in an era that we are solving the foreign exchange problem, the increase in the interest rate will by itself help in solving, especially in the medium term, the problem created by exchange rate, because we want to solve the issue of much liquidity in the system. So increase in the interest rate is likely to increase debt instruments, both money market instruments and then longer term instruments like the treasury bills and then the bond. So we may likely see some more increase in those instruments when they are issued, and that will attract people to invest more, both foreigners and then domestic investors who divert more investment into those areas, thereby leaving a little amount of money if they wish to invest in currency.
Yeah, let me ask you.
That will be the positive side.
Yeah, let me ask you one more question. So does it mean this can stop? This increase will stop the decrease in the cedi to the dollar?
This will, the medium term, will have significant effects in trying to solve the depreciation of the cedi.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we come into thank you. Now we come into the studio, and with me in the studio, our guest tonight, Dr. Charles Reku-Brobe, CEO, Millennium Portfolio, Mr. Andrew Lawson, Marketing Manager, Duraplast Ghana Limited, Kwabena Kwarteng Osei, Director, Noble Realty. Gentlemen, welcome to PM Express.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. To start with you, Doctor, with the increase in this, the PMC, what they did today, will that affect your business?
Well, sure. I mean, no business makes its investments from taking money from under their bed. We all work with banks. And I'm afraid I didn't agree with him when he said if banks don't take money from the Bank of Ghana, they will not increase their rates. They would automatically react. And already, you know, they are charging rates with interest and commissions which are running at the levels of 30% for most businesses. And unfortunately, the consumer bears the brunt of much of this. And all the increases in salaries and remuneration that people get soaked away by this. And it's very bad for business. I don't believe an economy grows just by buying treasury bills. An economy will grow because you create value added by, like, in the kinds of things we do. If you buy treasury bills and stash them away, I don't see how that is investment that is going to create. So it's bad all around.
So the answer is
bad.
It will affect your business.
Absolutely, it's going to affect everybody.
Will it affect your businesses as well?
Business. In the next few weeks, I'm sure you're going to see most of the banks are going to publish new prime rates. And like he was saying, we all work with loans, we work with the banks. Facilities we take from them are going to increase. Even for my case, mortgages are going to increase. The rates clients are going to take and come and purchase our home. So yes, it will affect our business.
And with Duraplast as well.
Yes, for us as well, being in the manufacturing industry, most of our raw materials are imported, and so the impact is more direct. We try as much as possible to cushion these shocks, but you know, in the long run, you know, prices do tend to go up.
Yeah, Dr. Brobbey, let me start with you again. For instance, you have a product that is providing clean energy.
Yes.
So, can you tell our viewers what the product is?
Yeah, you know, my colleagues here put the building blocks together. They build the houses. They make sure that the sewage and waste management systems work. But at the end of every construction, when it comes to its use, there is no substitute for power. You need power to run pumps. You need power to run lights. You need power to run absolutely everything in a premises. And if you don't have power delivered at the right level for the appliances you are running, you finish up absolutely losing all the investment that you've made. And if you're not careful in a situation of acute power surges, you might even lose the home or the premises you have invested in. Ironically, the laws of this country, and I've brought a copy here, this is what I'll show you, says that the electricity supply company must deliver power to your premises at voltages within 10% of 230 volts or 400 volts. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. The swings can go from as low as 90 volts and as high as over 300 volts, you know, after a power cut. And in fact, for most people, that is the most dangerous thing. The swings blow their compressors and any machinery involving pumps. There are certain equipment such as pumps and air conditioners which will simply not work at voltages below 200. So you have all this investment and it's not working. What we do with our equipment is that we take power at a range of anything from 130 volts right up to almost 280 volts, and we deliver an output of 220 volts or 380 volts constant into your premises. And the difference between what we do and then what normally happens, normally people will go and say, I want to protect my fridge, I want to protect my TV, I want to protect so and so. But you cannot protect your fans because they don't have guards for that. You cannot protect your lights. So we think the best and neater solution is to protect the whole premises. And that's what we offer through Clean Power.
So in general, when someone purchases your product, maybe upfront they may spend a lot of money, but at long run they will save more money.
Not in the long run. Immediately they will save money because the fact that we are delivering perfect, what they call in technology, perfect power, means that within a period of about a year or so, they probably save about 30% of their power consumption. For example, if you have in many places power coming in around 260 volts. Now, our equipment will step it down to 220 volts. If you remember your basic BEC or O-level physics, VIP, voltage times current equals power. So that 40 volt drop multiplied by the power alone is giving you substantial savings in consumption. So not only is the electric supply company delivering poor power, you're having to actually pay more for that poor power. And more importantly, as I said, if you have a spike in your home, which usually happens after a power cut, the voltage can go up to 300 or more. Now, it can actually create fires in your houses or burn all your equipment, as I experienced twice. So that is the kind of protection that we are offering. So it's almost instantly. Now, the law again says that you should not have more than 48 hours in total in a year of power cuts. That's the law of Ghana.
That's the law of Ghana.
That's the law of Ghana I'm holding here. But we have 48 hours in a week or less. You know, so you need, first of all, to get a reliable power, and you need also to protect yourself for when these frequent power cuts keep going and bring up surges. So I think that there are benefits there.
Mr. Kwati, you are in real estate. Yeah. You are a real estate developer. Who are your target markets in the Ghanaian market?
Basically, we look at all around, but look at the price range. The majority of the target market you are talking about will be the middle class. The middle class. Yes, it doesn't mean we leave any other class. We try and accommodate anyone as much as possible, but because of our cost of production, there's a limit of which we can also do. So our target audience is the middle market, but we look at both upper and lower market as well.
As well. Is it possible, since you target the middle class, is it possible to do fittings with Dr. Brobio's machinery before you sell the house, or is that possible?
Oh yeah, it's possible. Once they are delivering clean energy, and it's going to be very good for the client itself and also us, you know. Like he's saying, you are saving power, and also, yes, I mean, it will even enhance our product. So yes, we can look at it.
And we have two types of products for that.
Products,
you know?
yeah.
You have the individual who wants to go their own way, so they can have their own thing.
And the community.
But for you have community ones.
Okay.
I mean, our products can go to as high as 3,500 kVA.
Okay.
You know, so we have these things that will do whole areas and whole towns.
So you have products for, let's say, a community, a gated community, where they will have only one plant that serves the whole house.
Depend on the developer's choice. So the developer can decide that they're going to give clean power to all their buyers. That is a much more cost-effective approach than, you know, leaving it to the mercy of individual buyers to get the individual appliances. But that is the choice is entirely up to them.
Up to them, okay.
You know, but we do for industry, we do for telecommunications, we do for broadcasting, we do for absolutely the whole gamut.
Like he's saying, we just look at the cost benefits of the whole project. If we add into our cost and it will help the clients and they will buy, why not? Yeah,
and Mr. Kwarteng, for instance, you said you have a program with the Ministry of Health, with Parent Teachers Association.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So far, how many houses have you built?
Okay, we have a program with the Ministry of Health, the PTA school.
PTA, yes.
Yes. We've just concluded the phase 1 of the project. That was allocation of the plots and all. We are yet to commence the. We are now looking at the proposal and the costs involved. So you're yet to commence the houses, but shortly we'll be starting. We even had a meeting on that today.
Okay.
Yes, but we are looking at about 50 in all as phase 1 to start with.
So how long does it take to build a home?
That can be answered in different ways. Depending on availability of funds. If we have all the funds available, you know, we can quickly get it done, say within 6 months. But you can also work a plan, a payment schedule, so that we can complete it within a year for you. But we complete houses, basically, you know, we need to look at the quality of the house also, what goes into it. We need to get it to dry very well, do fittings. You don't rush into everything. So on the average, for single-story houses, we look at about 6 months to 8 months. If it's a story building, then we look at about 8 months to 12 months.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Lawson, even though it seems we were chatting earlier about 3 different products here, but they are all has something to do, they are intertwined. It all goes into the home. So your product, you said you import your raw materials.
Well, Duraplast is a manufacturer of UPVC and HDPE pipes and fittings. That's has been the mainstay since 1969. But recently we diversified into rotational mold products, plastic barriers, crash barriers. I'm sure you've seen them all over. We also do signboards, motorbike delivery boxes, and all that. But the key product here is the DST, the Duraplast septic tank.
Yes.
Now, what the septic tank does is to basically cut off all the problems that were associated with the conventional method of having the concrete septic tank. In waterlogged areas, you have water seeping in. You have to have dislodgement 3 months. They come in and they take 100 and so odd CDs every now and then. What the DST seeks to do is to cut off, you know, most of those problems. First of all, it's made from linear low-density polyethylene. This product lasts a lifetime. And, you know,
it lasts a lifetime.
Yes, being plastic, the material is made from lasts a lifetime. It's virtually indestructible as as a composite material. But as a product, obviously, with shocks and all that, it could be damaged. However, what it actually does is it takes the place of the traditional septic 3-chamber system, where you have fecal matter, water, and then effluent. In this system, it is designed in such a way that it forces the fecal matter and biological waste to be settled. Also, it is virtually supplied with oxygen basically all the time. From installation, you fill it with water. So you provide a bank of oxygen for anaerobic and aerobic digestion of any biological waste in there. There's a filtration system through which the water passes through and is therefore piped out. You can pipe out into the open drains, or you could filter further and use to water your garden because it's biologically active. So some other form of clean energy here as well.
Mr. Lawson, let me get back with you. With your septic tank system, is it underground system, or since it's plastic, is it underground system?
Well, it is naturally meant to be buried, but it is buried up to a point where the covers, inspection covers, are visible. Because of this, it is naturally colored, eco-friendly. It's green, so you can actually have it installed in your backyard, where where it is out of the reach of children and all that. What is important here is the fact that you're actually filtering all the water which you use in flushing your toilet, bathing, kitchen waste and all that. So as a rule, the simplest thing to do would be to pipe it out into the drain. In certain areas, however, we do not have drains. It's basically just that. Quite apart from the fact that the areas are waterlogged or they have a lot of clay. So in situations like that, like I said, we have the external filtration system, which contains a lot of filter media, sand, gravel, and chlorine pellets to actually bleach the water. You can then store it possibly in an overhead tank, and then you connect it directly to your cisterns.
And reuse?
And reuse for flushing.
Oh, for flushing. Okay.
For flushing or for watering your garden.
Or watering your garden.
It is not meant to be used for watering a vegetable patch. Or a little tomato garden in the back of your house. No.
Oh, okay.
Your greenery, your roses, your shrubs, your lawn.
And then for flushing. That's
very ideal.
Yeah, Dr. Brobe, let me get back to you again. This clean energy, I know is going to save a lot of people a lot of money. But if you look at our system in Ghana here, who are the people we are trying to target? I know everybody needs that.
We target absolutely everybody. That's why I say we have equipment that start as low as 500 watts, which essentially might be somebody in a single,
one bedroom.
A single room.
Yes, a single room, yes.
500 watts, 7.5, 10, 20, right up to 3,000. So absolutely everybody, and the power interruptions do not discriminate, It's not aimed for the middle class, it's not aimed for the working class, it's not aimed for the top class. It affects everybody. So our range of products actually covers everybody. But that's only one side of the story. When you've cleaned up the power, there's nothing more annoying than when it keeps going off. So the second stage of the work we do is to provide alternatives to what you can do when your power goes off.
So like a backup generator?
Yes, backup. No, well, in fact, generators, we believe, are very expensive. They are noisy, running diesel fuel. Yes. And, when your power goes off, you don't need absolutely everything to be running. So in the home setting, we provide inverters. Inverters are things which convert the AC power when you've got power and store them in batteries. And then when your power goes off, you bring it back and run essential equipment. And that's very, very important. So
how big are these batteries?
Well, depending on the number of equipment you want to run in your house. Yes. Okay. So they are ordinary 12-volt, 100 amp hours batteries. But if you just want to run 2 or 3 lights, you may have 1 or 2 batteries. If you want to run your TVs and all your stuff, the only thing we recommend you don't run are air conditioners, because you need a room bigger than this studio with batteries. We think that's a much more efficient and more cost-effective way than running generators. And the third product that we are bringing in is that even if people cannot afford inverters, what we are bringing in are what we call the eternal light bulbs and lamps, which really means that, like now, these light bulbs will be delivering light now, but at the same time charging into a battery so that when the lights go off, they'll simply stay on for up to 5 or 6 hours. So we're developing the thing to clean your power and the thing to give you backups when the power goes off as frequently as it does here. Don't forget, the law says that we shouldn't have more than 48 hours of power cuts in this country in a year.
In a year.
But we get 48 hours in a day.
That's interesting. Yeah, Mr. Kwasi, let me come back to you. Is your organization a member of GRADA?
GRADA, yeah, we're registered with GRADA.
Yeah. So, for instance, we almost all the time we are talking about the shortage of housing in Ghana, but you say you target the middle class. Going forward, do you think in the near future you build low-cost houses?
Let me clarify. I said we target all, but you see, there's a limit on which you can. If I'm putting up a gated community and I'm doing my own roads, I'm pulling my own power, I'm doing a lot of things, already there's a seed cost to that effect. So I can't go below a certain level. So for some particular areas and houses, I may have to target certain level. But we are looking at starting affordable in the next 2 months, something everyone can go all around. You understand? So our target is not just middle class. We target everywhere. We have also estates even in East Legon for upper class. We have Pram Pram and OEB and all areas. So yes, we are targeting everywhere. Besides the estates also, we have lands for sale. Some individuals may want to purchase lands and sell themselves. You understand? We have lands in Pram Pram, OEB, Kaswa, Bujumbura. So there's a price for as low as 2,000 cedis, you can get a plot of land from Noble Realty. So we try and target everyone so that from each angle, anyone can get some.
So let's say if I have a land outside Accra, will Noble build for me?
We can build, but you see, it may be cost effective to build on our site. If I'm to come and build on your site, I have to move camp and come and set up something and start constructing for you. If I'm building from my site, there are a lot of things I can save costs from, wood and other things. So yes, we can come and build for you, but it may be cheaper to build on our site than come to build on your site. Well, we've done some things for people, East Legon, Tamine, or we go to their site and we construct for them.
People want to go outside Accra.
Most of the real estates are outside Accra. If you are coming within Accra itself, they should prepare to pay good value for their house.
So let's say someone who works in Accra but want to live in one of your properties outside. Do you guys have plans to, let's say, transportation that makes it easier for them to go out there?
Now as we talk, most people working in Accra are coming from Tema, OEB, Kaswa, Bujumbura, and all over, Pram Pram, and all over already. So the transport systems are there, they're good. Some of them may not be the best, but they're already there. You understand? So wherever they are coming from, people are even renting as far as Dodowa and coming all the way, Ebri and stuff, Central, and all and coming to Accra. So we may not provide a bus for you, but the means is there, the road and all you understand?
And also, you see the informal sector in Ghana is very large. How can you target people in the informal sector?
You realize that most of the informal sector, some of them may not go to buy the houses, but they may buy the plots. Yes, so we provide for all these also. They buy plots and all.
Yeah. Mr. Lawson, let me come to you. You see our system, especially, let's take Accra here, for example, drainage and everything. So this your sewage system. There are certain places, can it go everywhere in Accra? I'm talking about Accra specifically, in our local areas in Accra. Is it possible?
Well, wherever you have space to excavate and submerge the DST, yes, it can go. The problem is that not every area, like I said, has drains or any kind of drainage, drainage system. And most of those areas that don't have drains tend to be very waterlogged. So the challenge then comes as to what you do with your filtered effluent. So like I said, in situations like that, it's best to try and recycle the water and reuse it. It also offers a saving to you. So yes, wherever you are in Accra, we deliver. We deliver wherever you are in Ghana. We deliver. So we're also training plumbers. We're doing our best to train plumbers nationwide.
Yeah.
We encourage plumbers to get in touch with us so that we can train them on how to properly install the sewage treatment tank and how to maintain it. You know, we're also looking to enter into partnerships with people like Noble Realty and other real estate developers, Greda, you know, possibly during the Habitat Fair we'll be able to network properly and, you know, put in some.
Yeah, all of you are going to be at the Habitat Fair.
Definitely, we're all going to be there.
Who goes there can see you and talk to you as well. Yes. So, for instance, if I need one of your systems, does it mean I need to change the pipes at my home if I want to do that?
Well, the first step, if you already have a conventional system, is you get in touch with us. We'll send over a team, an assessment team, a marketing executive, and a plumber, you know, a technical person, and they will need to assess where your drain will be and where your waste will be coming from, and then, you know, properly position. Obviously, there will be costs involved. Excavation, backfilling. Obviously, you will need some pipes to connect from your waste system, you know, out into the drains. Out to the
drainage system. Yeah, Dr. Broby, with clean energy, as you said, 48 clean power. Sorry, clean power. Sorry, 48 hours.
Clean power.
Clean power.
Yes.
Okay. So with that, I know that almost all of us need it. All of us need it. So
take out the almost.
Yeah, everyone needs.
Only those who are in the security zones and are given 24 hours.
Our power.
Power to to make ice cream and ice blocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't need.
Oh, they don't. Yes, everybody needs one. So where do we find you?
Well, we are
apart from coming to the fair.
We have offices at Wawa Drive, which is off what I call the most busy road in Ghana now, which is coming off the George Bush Highway, going up towards Gimpa. We just up that road. But I want to emphasize again that the issue of power and the savings are very, very critical for moving things forward in this country. And we shouldn't underestimate the amount of damage that the power system causes or the interruptions cause. We've been involved in a project recently which has put power backup systems on the George Bush Highway to manage the traffic lights. And, you know, the chaos when the lights go off and the traffic lights are not working, and the serenity that life goes on with when you have a proper inverter-based power system that keeps the power on for 12 hours or more, depending on the number of... It's quite extraordinary. So I think beyond putting the blocks and mortar together, you know, having reliable power is absolutely essential. If I can just comment on one of the things that my nephew was saying.
Mr. Kwatin.
No, Mr. Kwatin. Lawson. You see, if you look at the water use patterns in your home, you'll probably realize that in relation to, if you break it down, flashing and things like that probably constitutes more than half or 60%. So
it's actually 70%.
So when he talks about the savings that you would make by converting this effluent into water for flushing, you're talking about, you know, making a substantial saving in your water bill over time. So it's something that again needs to be looked at. And in the situation, for example, where water is a very critical issue in our country, both urban and rural, we're unable to meet the demand for potable water. And so if you're able to actually recycle and save so much of it, then it's absolutely God's gifts to moving things forward.
Yeah, you said something about damage to appliance and things like that. We see that in Ghana here, all of a sudden, Ghana has become a dumping ground for old household products. Can these old products work with your...
Oh, absolutely. These old household products are coming from economies which have got reasonably reliable power. So in terms of the integrity of the power that goes into the equipment, I don't think there's a problem. There are other issues to do with the environmental sanctity of these equipment, but today I only put on my businessman's hat, not my energy and environment hat. But clearly, you know, they will, in fact, they will be very useful in keeping those equipment going, because if you bring in, let's say, an old refrigerator, which is well past its use date and it's still got its original compressor, which is tired and worn out, it is more likely to get blown in a fluctuation situation than a new one. But a lot of new equipment are getting some protection built into it, although it's not total. So, yes, it is not ideal, but it's to do with affordability, you know, just like housing. So it's something that I think we should encourage and make sure that we protect it. Whether it's a house, a factory, a hotel, whatever premises you have invested in, if you invest in a noble house, you know, everything that makes that house function has to be power driven.
Yes.
And the last thing you want is to have your equipment blown. And the last thing you want is to have fire, you know, catching your premises. So those are the two essential things: the reliable power and the protection against surges.
And the backup system, you said you have a backup system.
Yeah, the inverter system.
The inverter system, does it mean that when, let's say, someone purchases one of your equipment, you set it up, or they have to set it up?
In fact, all our equipment are on supply and install basis.
Install basis, okay.
Because we give 12-month replacement warranty against any defects of manufacture or installation. So we don't sell our equipment in supermarkets or electrical shops or whatever. We sell, we install, we give you a warranty certificate, and if anything goes, like for example, just this morning, we installed some equipment for a client in Kumasi 2 days ago. Called me this morning and said that some welder has been to the premises. And you know what welders do? They take raw wires and stick them in, you know, and blew the equipment. This morning, within 2 hours, we are changing the equipment. We shouldn't have, but then we changed the equipment for him because we felt that it was important to protect the integrity of the product that we are selling.
Yeah. Are you going to have some of these products at the housing fair?
Oh, absolutely. They'll all be there for people to see and purchase. And of course, one product I haven't talked about, which is our Clean Power Solar Rechargeable Lamp.
Rechargeable lamp. Oh, okay.
Which, you know, what that does is it's a lamp that is powered by both solar energy and also by mains power. You know, it's an integrated lamp. The solar panel sits on top, and you put it out in the sun for 10, 12 hours, and it charges. Or you can put it in the electrical mains, and it will charge for about 12 hours. Now, the beauty about the lamp as an emergency lamp is that when you're charging it and the power goes off, the lamp automatically comes on. So that's not a time, you know, so you are not forced to go look for the matches in the dark and look, the light comes on.
Automatically,
And it is, you know, warranted for 1,000 recharges, which means that if you charge it every day, it will last 3 years.
3 years, okay.
or more.
Or more,
you know.
Okay.
And these are available. We have a basic lamp, which is just a lamp. And when we introduced the product, somebody said to me, but you know, Ghanaians like sleeping with the lights on. So I didn't know that. So we brought a version 2, which has got a dimmer switch. So you set your own light level if you want. Then we've got a second model, which has got a radio built into it. Then we've got a third model, which has got a radio and a phone charger.
A radio and a phone charger.
Yeah.
Okay, hold that thought. We'll take a short break. When we come back, that's going to be very interesting. Yeah, we're taking a short break. We'll be right back.
It's here again. Multi-TV and HFC Bank presents Habitat Fair 2012 under the theme Providing Pragmatic Solutions to Your Housing Needs. The third edition comes off at the Accra International Conference Center from Friday 22nd June to Sunday 24th June 2012. Organizations such as home and construction financing companies, land and real estate developers, hardware suppliers, home decorations and furnishing companies, landscaping, electrical goods and home appliance retailers are invited to register and participate in the Habitat Fair 2012. For detailed information and registration, contact the front desk of Multi-TV on 0302-211-6808 or 0244-344-552. Habitat Fair 2012 is brought to you by HFC Bank. Possible together. Noble Realty. Own a Noble property today. Deftraco, your ultimate dream brought home to reality. Duraplast, where Duraplast goes, water flows. Clean Power, your guarantor for the cleanest power for every situation, and powered by Multi-TV. Just thrills. Joy 99.7 FM, the radio for discerning listeners, and multitvworld.com.
Multi-TV. Just thrills. Multi-TV. Just thrills.
Multi-TV, in conjunction with Syndicated Capital, presents the Decoder Deal of the Year. For a limited period only, purchase your original Multi-TV decoder with dish and get a Multi-TV t-shirt. The new and improved Digibox comes with a USB port to play your videos and music from your pen drive, voltage protector to protect your Digibox against power fluctuations, auto scan feature to automatically scan your Digibox for new channels, 1-year warranty, and a free souvenir t-shirt. This offer is also available on high purchase in all 10 regions to all government employees, police, army personnel, and the general public for as low as 29 Ghana cedis a month. Call 0302-242532 or 020-4413-484 for your original decoder today. Insist on a decoder with over-voltage protection and a Multi-TV t-shirt. Syndicated Capital.
Welcome back to PM Express. Tonight our topic is cost-saving technologies. Dr. Brobbey, let's continue that discussion with the lamp with the phone charger.
Yeah. What we're finding is that the penetration of mobile phones is absolutely everywhere. And in fact, people have set up businesses charging phones, even in the cities. So if you have a mobile phone and you don't have access to a plug to charge your phone, it's a big handicap. So increasingly, you know, what we are getting is that we're getting quite a lot of customs. You have the charger, it's a USB port. So it will take any phone with a USB connection to charge it. And interestingly, because of this feature, the biggest sale for this particular product is in the northern regions of Ghana, where there are obviously large areas where the electricity supply is inaccessible or not available or the very bad quality. But anywhere where you need to charge your mobile phone when there's no power, it is absolutely an ideal instrument. So it gives you that's all you need. You need to have light to see. You need to be able to listen to Joy FM or whoever you want to listen to, and you need to be able to pick up the phone and chat to your friends about whatever you are hearing. Like, all of that is in one beautiful little lamp.
Yeah.
So what else do you
The
need?
lamp, when it's fully charged, how many hours?
If it's just giving you the light and the radio will last for. In fact, the light and the radio will last for 8 hours. With the charger, you might get about 5 hours out of it if you're running all three at the same time.
Yeah. Mr. Laws, let me come back to you again. With your product, do you think there should be laws that will require people to have this environmental friendly product in their homes?
I'd like to say yes, but you know that's up to policy. That's up to policy policymakers. Actually, the DST is environmentally friendly. If you use the external filter, like Uncle Charlie says, you know, you're definitely making a lot of savings in energy. I mean, if you take one flush, you're putting away 30 liters of water to get rid of maybe 5 grams of fecal matter, which is in itself 70% water anyway. You know, so the cost saving, the cost savings and
it's very enormous.
Yes, it's and then when it comes to installation as well, if you pay for a DST this morning and it's delivered to you the following day, once your site is excavated and your plan is laid out, within 24 hours you should be in business. You don't have to wait for concrete to set. Okay, you do have to have a floor on which the DST will sit in the pit, but 3 inches of concrete or 5 inches of gravel, and that's about it. The rest of it is backfilling and actual connection of pipes. So you save a lot of time. You save money because in the long run, well, they come in 2 sizes: 3,000 liter, which is going for 2,000 cedis, and then a 5,000 liter, which is 3,500 cedis. When you compare, the cost, a 3-bedroom house, say a family of 8 can use a 3,000 liter, which we call a DST3, for about 2 years.
2 years
without needing to do any actual dislodgement. And dislodgement here doesn't mean that the tank is full of waste. It just means that the level at which the filtration system starts, which is quite low in the tank, has been reached by fecal matter or biological waste. Even though there's a process of anaerobic and aerobic digestion going on, there's still the depositing, of waste. So eventually, after some time, you will need to dislodge. But trust me, it's not every 3 months or every 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Kwati, with your houses, what different models do you have, and how many different?
Well, we have various. For now, we are doing fully detached houses. Yes, we have 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and 4-bedroom. It's only 4. We have for the 3 and the 4-bedroom. You can have the single story or the story building type. That's the ground floor and the upper floor. So, but for now, we are doing fully detached houses in gated communities with your own compound, gates, landscaping, everything. Just bring your bed and your furniture and move in.
And your clean power.
And your
And your DST.
DST will be installed before you finish.
Can I make a little comment about your thing about laws?
Yes.
Wearing my environmental and political hat, you should never legislate for the environment. You should demonstrate a win-win situation. Demonstrate to the consumer that they're going to save money and the environment is going to benefit. And when we started installing these equipment, we said to people, this is what it's going to do for you. It's going to stop your equipment getting burnt out. But change your pattern of loading units onto your meter. Wait until it's totally finished before you load. And very soon we kept saying, no, I used to buy 100 units every month. Now I'm buying 100 units every 6 weeks or every 2 months. So suddenly, the benefits, the cost savings became obvious. So we're getting a lot of referrals on clean power, not because it is giving protection to their power system, but so it's saving you money. So legislation is difficult unless you can demonstrate the benefit to the
benefit. Yeah, that's true. I agree. Let me ask you this about plugging your appliances. So let's say with the backups, that means it would be advisable that maybe you are leaving the house, you have to unplug them? Or
No. No, you don't unplug anything. The system we provide is that immediately before power gets into your distribution box, we put the clean power. So that absolutely everything in your house is clean. The power going into your plugs, into your TV, into your lights, into your fans, everything. You don't unplug anything. You simply don't unplug anything. That's the difference between that and the point, what we normally call the point-to-point system that people are used to. The other difference is that most of the time when you buy these ones that protect your individual appliances, when the voltage falls, you realize that the appliance stops, the power stops to flow. And in fact, for most people, the biggest problem they are having in the evenings is that ECG power can fall so low, their pumps cannot run, the air conditioners cannot run, many important equipment. And that's again where we come in. Because even with voltages as low as 130 volts, our equipment will raise it to 220. So if you have low voltages at night and you cannot power your equipment, you buy a clean power regulator, it will take that voltage of 130 and deliver into your house 220. So that all the things that would normally not work because you have low voltage will work.
Yeah. Mr. Kwarteng, does it mean that most of your communities, do they have standby generators already, or the people buying these houses, they will agree to it?
We don't have standby generators to cover everyone. No.
Everyone?
Yes, in most instances, it's the individuals who have their own standby generators.
That's maybe you need to talk to him, right?
Yes, I mean, in fact, I think we will exchange contacts. So.
Let me tell you, one time in my life, I was a developer.
Yeah.
I developed the AU Village Cantonments.
Oh, okay.
I developed it.
Everything.
Okay. And when we finished, we put generators there that essentially, 300-500 feeds everything, because it was built for heads of state. We asked the residents to sort of come together and run this generator, and they couldn't agree. So just everybody's gone and bought their own little generator. And this community-wide generators are sitting there. So there's an attitude. Yes. And that the attitude of cooperation and working together is very, very difficult to get from the Ghanaian consumer, even in a gated community.
In a gated community. Yeah. But with your product, I think if people are buying different generators in a gated community, that would be very disturbing.
No, I mean, the community can have its own rules. I mean, if there are two, there's an initial. Yes. For example, if Noble is doing a proper development and we come together, then we give clean power from the source and the whole place. Exactly. And then you buy it. If it's already developed, then you have to go into retrofit. Even with retrofit, you can get one for the whole community. But the experience is that they will not be willing to contribute to pay. So that's why you go to the house by house and get them to
Thank you very much. Just to wrap up, our time is almost up. I'll start with Mr. Lawson. Where do we find Duraplast apart from coming to the housing fair?
Well, our factories are located in the North Industrial Area in Kaneshie on the Dadiban Road, plots 10, 11, and 12. You can reach us on our telephone number 0302223989.
And you have a website as well?
www.duraplastghana.com.
Yeah.
And you can get any information you want by sending an email
to info. Can you give the number again?
030-222-3989.
Thank you. Mr. Kwarteng.
Yes. Noble Realty, we are located in Adabraka and Tema. In Adabraka, we are behind the Merchants Bank or the police station, adjacent to CTFM. In Tema, we are in Community 1 at the Gold Filling Station. We also have a site office on Pram Pram site. Our numbers 0260-844-75122. Let me just take that again. 0260-844-75122. Our website, noblerealtyghana.com.
Dr. Broby.
Oh, wow.
Where we can find you? Apart from coming to
6-hour drive. And if you want to call us, you can call me personally on 020-762-4641 or 028-762-4641 or 023-562-4641. If you get lost, just remember 4641. Or you can call our technical team on 028-762-4644. Our email address is cleanpower@bitesandchips.com. And naturally, our website is www.bitesandchips.com.
I'll just add that any clients who comes or purchase any of our products during the Habitat Fair, we have great offers for such clients.
For the clients, okay. And all these products can be found at the Habitat Fair that is coming on at the end of the month. Sure. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you. I know when we talk about cost-saving energy, you cannot put a price on it, whether it's Duraplast or energy-saving homes or clean energy.